Hello, my name is Roberto Suarez, and I'll be explaining the American Revolution. So, the American Revolution was when the American colonies separated or left from the British monarchy. And some of the reasons were that the Navigation Acts, which was passed by the English Parliament in 1651, 1660, and 1663. The colonies represented a lucrative source of wealth and trade. So the Navigation Acts were designed to regulate trade, and they could collect their taxes and gain wealth using the colonies. And then the Salutary Neglect, which was a term in the 17th and 18th century of the British Crown, and they basically reinforced their bond with the American colonies. So like the American colonies had to be obedient to England, and they couldn't do what they want. Uh, and then the Seven Years' War, which is from 1754 to 1763. This was also known as the French and Indian War, in which North America was in a conflict with, or it was in an imperial war between Great Britain and France, known as the Seven Years' War. And it began in 1654 and ended with the Treaty of Paris in 1763. Next was the Proclamation of 1763. It was issued by King George III, which was from following Great Britain's acquisition of French territory in North America. After the Seven Years' War, the proclamation meant that America or settlers couldn't settle past the Appalachian Mountains, and that was like a little line. That was like the border. And next, the Boston Massacre, in which happened in 1770, when British Army soldiers killed five more citizens and injured six others. So this was like saying that the British monarchy or like soldiers and the army were like against the people. And then the Boston Tea Party, when the British needed money and they needed to collect taxes, they taxed tea imports. So like the people didn't like this, so in order to boycott and rebel against it, and how do you call it? They needed to protest. They dumped all of the tea into the river, and which resulted in many millions of uh, dollars and currency to go to waste. So they lost a lot of money, and the government wasn't happy about it. Next was the battles of Lexington and Concord. Uh, they were the first military engagements of the American Revolution War. The battles were fought in April 1775 um, in the province of Massachusetts Bay, within the towns of Lexington and Concord. And they were part of the American Revolutionary War. Next was the Olive Branch Petition, which was drafted in 1775. It was a letter to King George III from members of the Second Continental Congress, which represents the last attempt by the moderate party in North America to avoid war of independence against Britain. So it was like their little, it was like securing that there was no war or they were gonna become independent. Uh, and that is it about the American Revolution.